that. At this point in time,
We're waiting for like
Yes.
Mark or something.
yes, we're not gonna wait? Keep going, okay. Why don't you come on up? At this point, we are going to, let's see. There we go. At this point, we are going to swear you in to a student school board member, and I'll just have you repeat after me. I, Justin Nelson,
I, Justine Nelson,
affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
I affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state,
and that I will discharge faithfully
and I will discharge faithfully
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
of student school board member
of Student School Board Member
of Independent School District 241
of Independent School Board District 241
to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
And I'm sure everybody else would like to welcome you as well. Mark is much more orderly than I am, so I like to skip around, I guess, so. So when was it that you found out that you were selected? Friday? Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself? All right, we'll move on to reports. Dr. Funk.
Okay, Mark, you want to come on up? Thank you. So, Mark Grosskloss is doing some things a little bit differently this year with homecoming, and so I thought, rather than hear it from me, Mark can kind of tell you what's happening with the week as far as homecoming this week. So there you go, Mark.
So at 6 o'clock tonight, we have our senior dinner dance that starts things off. So that's at Wedgewood Cove, and that goes from 6 to 10. I won't go through all the sporting events, but there's things every night except Wednesday for after-school activities. Wednesday, we have the parade that's being sponsored by the Quarterback Club. And so that'll be in downtown Albert Lee. We'll meet at Central Park. That's where they're lining up, and then my understanding is they're going from the American Legion down towards Brooks Furniture. So that's Wednesday. Thursday night, something new. One of the things that we looked at from last year's more student activity. So Thursday night after the girls' soccer game, we're having a bonfire at the field. And so there'll be a number of vendors there. There'll be music, and that'll go till 10:30. That's on Wednesday night, or Thursday night, sorry. Almost screwed that up, Thursday night. And then Friday, we have kind of a unique situation where we're going to use Friday. We'll have coronation during the day on Friday. That'll be at 9:55. It's third hour for Justine. But what we start out with is we have senior picture. We have a tradition of having the seniors in a big picture, so we'll do that first hour. We'll do our bus safety first hour, kind of get that out of the way. Then we have coronation third hour, fourth hour sacred because it's lunch. And then after fourth hour, we have field day. And so that's when they do the powder puff football. There's a bags tournament or beanbag toss tournament game. Hopefully we'll have the climbing wall and some of those type of things for kids to do. So those are the major activities. Then this week we had, and Justine will have to help me with this because I'm not really trendy. Today was Merca Day. Merrick Day, so Patriotic Day. Then tomorrow's Tacky Tourist Day. It would have been much easier if they just called it Patriotic Day. So tomorrow's Tacky Tourist Day. Wednesday's Wacky Wednesday. Then Thursday is Color Day, which means each grade has a color. So 8th grade has white, 9th grade pink, 10th grade purple, 11th grade green, 12th grade black, and then staff is gray. And then Friday is Cherry and Blue Day, which is a tradition, the day of the football game. So Then after the football game, we have 2 dances going on. If you're interested, I'd make sure I'd pay your cover for that. The high school kids, so 10 through 12, that grade level is in the gym, and 8th and 9th grade is up in the commons area. So we have 2 dances going at the same time, 2 different DJs, so, and then Saturday is the weekend, so. Questions about homecoming, things we're doing different. We're trying to create more at-school activities for kids to do. Last year, there's some concern, what were kids doing at night, what did they have to do, and so we're trying to expand homecoming, keep in 1 week, but expand opportunities for kids.
I just wanted to say thank you to the whole team who's put homecoming planning together. I know there have been lots of traditions over the years that have changed and gone away, and some were the parade. There used to be a parade and the bonfire, and so I know there's a lot of excitement and enthusiasm about traditions that are coming back again, and I just think it's great, whatever we can do to instill that school pride, and I think those are all ways to do it. So I just wanted to say thank you. I think there's lots of people excited about new traditions being revived.
Student council had a huge input on this, and then, of course, our activities director, Afton Wacholtz, had a lot to do with it. You'll notice if you walked around the lake or drove around the lake, the tiger paws are back up. A lot of businesses are doing allowing painting on the windows, so there's a lot of pride in this activity. People asked us why we're doing homecoming so early, it seems. This is our last home football game, so we had 2 football games before the school year started, so it's just one of those things, and you can't have homecoming the first week of school because students wouldn't have any idea what's going on. So it just happened this year to work this way, so. And all the activities and everything's on the high school webpage, right when you go on the high school webpage. So it lists all the different activities, and we're really trying to get students to come out to the different activities, support them. You know, I suggested to the upperclassmen, can we get 100 people at a tennis match? And the tennis player's like, don't do that, because that would be so awkward having 100 people there, so. Other questions? Thank you.
Have fun tonight.
Friday night. Cover all the costs.
Dr. Funk, do you have anything else?
Yeah, a couple things. The HVAC at Lakeview is not working properly. The roof rooms are hot. I think the only space being cooled is the office. They've got engineers and consultants coming in on Wednesday trying to take a look at it. So that's not good. But it's new, and but we've had the other buildings that we've done this with. The issues have been they've been cool and we can't control the coolness. This is just the reverse. So, but it needs to get taken care of. Okay, next slide, Ashley. All right, couple things. ALC students have settled in at Riverland, and the report from staff is they're much more focused, which is good. The other thing is, at least 3 times last week, Riverland instructors came into the office and said, hey, when your kids are ready, we'd like to show them some of the programs that we've got here at Riverland. So, and that's an absolute positive. Another real positive I heard is they are in the same wing as the Workforce Center. And the first day of school, we were having issues with Chromebooks. So kids were coming in to register at Riverland, and then from feedback we received from the Workforce Center, they were coming into the Workforce Center and they were actually filling out applications there. So I think that that's a real positive with that as well. The Secondary Programs Director Kathy Niebuhr and Kenneth Griswold are really working together to lay out a template for curriculum for the high school so that it not only helps the teachers get the curriculum aligned, but it also helps parents know where kids are at throughout the school year. So that's a real positive. And then I've already heard some real good things, particularly with our newer teachers, where the instructional coaches are already impacting teachers in a real positive manner. So that's a good thing. You know, I've read in the newspaper the last few weeks about the city going up in taxes a little bit, the county going up in taxes more. Lori's gonna talk through you tonight, and sorry you couldn't see this on Friday. We were working with the MDE for 2 weeks on trying to get what the number looked like. But our preliminary district levy that we're gonna ask you to certify later tonight, actually our taxes will be going down 2.25% for the local taxpayers. Second year in a row, the taxes are decreasing. So I think that this is a real positive news for the community, for the community, in the fact that we are continuing to run as effectively and efficiently as possible as a school district. So that's all I've got tonight.
Thank you. We'll move on to our student school board member report. Christine, do you have anything for us?
He stole all your thunder here a few minutes ago, so.
Mr. Grosclaus covered everything I would have said, so.
Okay.
Good answer.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to the other.
I don't know, why is it? I don't know, it really likes me.
Just when you get some ideas together for like board meetings, okay, just shoot them to Ashley, and then she can have something ready for you, so you don't have to, so she'll know what you're gonna talk about at the board meeting. So you and Quinn can talk about, okay, here's what we're gonna be covering in the future, but nobody had a chance to talk to you, so, okay.
I actually attended the Pathways to Success dinner last week. Very, very nice dinner. Honored very well-deserving people in our community. And Principal Grosclaus had a very nice presentation. Then he talked a little bit about what's going on in the school district and whatnot to keep us all up to date. So thanks for doing that. Yeah, that was it.
Before school started, there was a community prayer meeting at Edgewater Park, and I attended that. It was nice. They prayed for all the schools, all the staff, all of us, so that was appreciated.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, Superintendent Funk, for your consideration would be approving the proposed levy for 2015 pay 2016. I will be recommending that you approve at maximum. What that allows is if by chance the state has any slight tweaks to some of the calculations, it would still flow through to the final document that will come to us in December. But I have reviewed this extremely in detail, in extreme detail, and it should be quite accurate. What the problem that we were having with earlier for the last 2 weeks is that our referendum wasn't loading in the system. So now it is in here correctly, and it is a decrease, which is good news. Basically, what's driving the slight decrease in our in the levy is the fact that the new long-term facility maintenance formula, which replaces health and safety and deferred maintenance, and it's kind of expanded from there. There's more equalization of state aid in that formula, so therefore that's a little bit less of a local tax burden, a little more of a state aid share on that particular formula. So that's good news. So, of course, there's, slight adjustments in most categories, but in the nutshell, that's the reason why we are going down by 2.25%, which is $173,000. So I anticipate the final document that comes to you in December will be very similar, if not exactly the same as this.
Do we have any questions? Any comments?
It's good news whenever we can see a levy coming down, especially 2 years in a row, so that's great news for the community.
This is an action item. Do I have a motion to approve? So moved. Do I have a second?
There are two policies that we're reviewing. Both of these have very minor changes. Both of these are modeled after the MSBA model policy, and there's just a couple of tweaks. They were sent out in advance, and so there is no significant changes to any of these policies other than, again, a couple of tweaks in wording. On the weapons policy, I think it had to do with where it was zero tolerance. And
consistent with how we operated, and it's better, it doesn't paint the system in this corner as much when you say zero tolerance,
right.
as USC is finding out.
Other than that, there's no changes. The second one is the search of student lockers, desks, personal possessions, and students' person. Again, some very minor changes in here. Nothing that changes procedure that we do already. Again, just some tweaks, probably legal tweaks that MSBA has recommended.
Actually, I think
Yeah.
since these are updates, you guys can approve.
Right. Yep.
So with that, we have a motion to approve these new policy revisions. Do you have a second? Second. Any comments or questions? Seeing none, all in favor say aye. Aye.
I can tell Mark Shody that you ran his meeting in 24 minutes, Bill. So actually, it was less than that.
I get credit for about 5 minutes.
Okay, 19 minutes.